Yeah. What's going on, people? It's your boys Mike and Wayne, and we are coming to you guys live on Patreon, man. This episode is going to be a lot of fun, man. Wayne, I like to start all the episodes off by asking how you doing, man. So what's good with you? Long time no see. How you been, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Energy's good. Life's good.
Oh yeah, I appreciate
Football be back
that.
soon, man. We get some practice next week, so that's good.
That is correct, man. The 49ers report in about a week, man, on the 16th is when they report the 15th. I'm sorry, they report on the 15th for training camp. And we haven't really like dove into like the 53-man roster and all that stuff. I think all that's a little bit overkill this time of year. I think that we should kind of wait until, preseason comes, because I wouldn't be surprised if we get cut and all that stuff before they even take the field. So I think we should wait a little bit on that. But yo, Wayne, I have a driver who was in his third van in 3 weeks, and he just sent me a picture with every light on his dashboard lit up. And this van just came from the shop.
Jesus.
It just came from the shop, bro. Like this kid
Jesus.
is really. I don't know. It's a special. All right, let me go ahead and start. I had a very good random question to ask you to start today's episode. You know that's some of
Okay.
my favorite things to do. All
Okay.
right. So when you're out in public, now you're a food critic now, so this is something that I really want to get your opinion on. When you're out in public and you belch or fart, like you expel gas from one end or the other, you're supposed to say, "Excuse me,"
Okay.
right? Why?
Yeah. Why? I don't know why you say it. I mean, it's just something that you say. I guess you learned to say that. I don't know why you got to say excuse me or pardon me or my bad or whatever people say when they pass gas.
It's like you did something that's like not socially acceptable where you are when you did it. Correct? It's
I
like
think
bumping into
passing
somebody.
gas
Oh,
is
excuse
socially
me,
acceptable.
sorry.
I think it's socially acceptable. It happens unexpectedly. So it could be distracting
Right?
or whatever. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're in a public bathroom and you fart and someone's next to you, do you say excuse me?
No.
You just let it go. You don't.
Yeah. I mean, you're not with or you're not with a person in a group setting. If you pass
It's somebody
gas
right
in
next. Like
public,
you in the
yeah, but
urinal.
you
I'm,
don't
I'm next to
somebody
you
next
and
to
you next
you.
to me and you fart when you
Yeah,
pee.
but they're not openly next to you. They're closed off. Like if you were out in public
So
and you pass gas in public by yourself, right? You're not gonna say excuse me. But if you pass gas within a group of people, you're gonna
I'm the
probably
only one
say
that whispers
excuse me.
excuse me when I do it by myself. Like
Yeah,
even
I
when I'm
guess
by
so.
myself, I'll be like, excuse
Yeah, yeah. It sounds
me. Now,
sounds.
here's why I'm asking, right? Because I first of all, I agree with you. I didn't expect you to say that. I expect you to say no. If somebody's next to you and they can hear it, and I am going to
Mhm.
excuse. I want to say excuse me because with the urinals, they're usually only shoulder height. Like you can look over and make eye contact with the brother next to you while y'all using the urinal.
Mhm. Mhm.
But that's also like I'm in the bathroom. Like this is where I come to shit if I have to. So I shouldn't have to excuse myself for farting or burping, right?
I don't think you do in the bathroom when you by yourself.
Yeah. Now I've heard that in certain cultures it's a compliment. Is that a myth? Is that one of those like they say like if you go to a certain I forget what the culture is, but you go to the house for dinner and you burp, it's a compliment.
I never heard that, but I
Uh-oh,
never
here we
heard it
go.
being a
Now we
compliment. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I've never heard it being a compliment. Some
oh
people
no,
might be
I
like,
know that
that's
you're
a
saying
good thing. That means the food was good or something, maybe. If you burp, what if you fart, though?
yeah, fuck see that in certain cultures. All right, here we go. So according to Google, I hate that everything is AI. It says, yes, in some cultures, burping after a meal is considered a compliment to the chef,
Mm.
indicating that the food was enjoyed and satisfying. This is particularly true in parts of Asia and the Middle East, such as China,
Oh
Taiwan,
yeah,
Turkey, and
you know what? I
some
have heard that.
South
They
Asian communities. See?
like in Japan, when if you finish eating like your ramen or whatever, and you burp, they take that as a compliment.
Why you do that? They do that.
Because in Japan they
Order
have
this
a lot.
ramen in Japan.
Because they have a lot of like noodle bars where you could go out and you can
Okay.
do like noodles and karaoke and stuff like that. So usually when you burp after you eat, that they think they take it as a compliment. So I actually did hear that.
Yo, that sounds super stereotypical. The noodles and karaoke in Japan. Like, do you just like
No, that's
painted the
just that's
whole?
something that's really popping out there. Like
It's
that's
what they
something that they
do.
do. We got
Right.
karaoke here. We don't sit
Nintendo.
there and say it's stereotypical. We do alcohol and karaoke here. What's the difference?
think I think it's stereotypical if you say I'm going to a soul food restaurant. Like they had, like I went down south and they had chicken and
I mean, I
collard
didn't say
greens, right? Like
sushi. I
that's
said noodles. That's something that's part of their daily diet, though. Like a lot of people over there eat noodles. Like it's not just ramen. They eat udon noodles. They eat whatever. But I do know they have ramen like bars. Like you know what I'm saying. And in those bars,
right. Yeah, yeah.
they have the
My
karaoke
daughter's
stuff
talked
on.
about when it comes to some of them. She is like my daughter thinks that she is of the Asian. Like she uses chopsticks. She's got. You ever see like the little soup
Yeah,
spoon
and that's
joints that they
another thing.
have?
Oh,
Like
you
it's
know what?
very
I never
short.
heard of burping. I'm wrong. It's slurping, where you slurp out of that big spoon when you're eating the ramen, the soup. And if you slurping, that means it's really good. If you're not
It's
slurping,
like
that
delectable.
yeah, which I don't like the sound of. I hate that sound.
It's a lot of that stuff for me. Like I can't do it. I don't know how people get to the AS. Was it SMAR
Yeah,
ASMR videos or whatever they?
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't. I can't do that, man. Like I
yeah.
can't talk to you off camera already. Like I'll be trying to like. It's just I can't. There is a word when you have a phobia of people eating or like hearing people eat. There's a word for it.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
you were telling me about that. I don't know what the word is, but you were saying you have that.
It's the hate of hearing people eat or chew. Um, what's it called? The intense dislike of hearing people eat, particularly sounds like chewing, can be a symptom of misophonia.
What is it called?
Misophonia.
Oh, okay.
Misophonia. Misophonia. So yeah, that's what it is. Um, so listen, man, we got to talk. What I want right now, Wayne, this is gonna be a short, fun episode. I'm gonna finish up my vacation strong, and we're gonna get out of here, man. So what I want us to talk about really quick is just some bold takes concerning the 49ers. So I've alluded to a couple of these issues at random times in our conversations in some recent shows. Like for example, I asked you if the Niners don't make the playoffs this season, is anybody in the hot seat? I believe the answer was no at that time, right?
Yeah, I think it still is no
Okay,
though. Like
right.
I don't know. It's just like we like this team, the organization. I mean, it's just differently built in my opinion. Should he be in the hot seat? It all depends on like what happens. You know what I'm saying? God
So
forbid.
watch this.
Go ahead.
If we have less than 4 wins, 4 or less wins, should somebody be on the hot seat this season? We got the
Um,
easiest schedule in the NFL.
I mean it's easy. I gotta stop. I hate that easiest schedule thing, cause that really don't mean nothing. Like teams getting better in the off season. They were easy last year. Now you playing more souped up, beefed up teams that have easy schedules as well. People might look at us as an easy win because we suck. We wouldn't want that
They
though,
should.
right? They
No, they
should,
could
but
look at
we
us like that.
they could, but I don't think the schedule necessarily is easy because we probably gonna struggle on some of them easy games and win the tough game. Like at the end of the day, like you just play who you play every Sunday, Monday, Thursday. So I get what you mean by the schedule, the strength of the scheduling being easy because that's who we're facing, the losers of every
We
division, pretty much.
see you do this thing, man, and you be like, I let it go a lot of times. Like you downplay a lot of like football, like common ideas. Like it's a bad like we've seen coaches be fired for losing to the Browns.
Yeah, but
We've seen it.
our team is built different. Our team is not normal. Like Kyle Shanahan probably wouldn't be fired because it seems like the owner has this affinity for Kyle Shanahan and he believes that Kyle will get it done. So I don't
Right.
think
So
he'll be
no,
fired.
yeah. I don't think he's going to be fired, and I think we can go 0-17. I don't think Jet's going to fire him. That doesn't mean he shouldn't be on the hot seat. So it was about like should he be?
No, it
Like
depend. It all, and I said it all
watch
depends
this.
on how we go 0-17. You lose quarterback
If we
week
still
one.
can't stop the
You
run,
lose your quarterback week one. I'm sign me up for 0-17.
that's fair. I like that.
That's
That's
why I
fair.
said it all depends.
Yes. Okay. If we can't stop the run,
If we can't stop the run,
what
that's a defensive situation.
bold take? Right. So give me a bold take. If we can't stop the run, and then boom, bold take.
If we can't stop the run, then we better draft better next year because that's the issue. Like the issue is guys developing. The defensive front is young. Just because you brought in Robert Saleh not dealing with a bunch of vets where he drafted those guys. He's going to be dealing with a few guys that he drafted and the new guys that he drafted. I'm not expecting these new guys to come in right away and just be a initiative run stoppers, but I do think on that defensive front from a tackle position, I do believe it'll transition well. Yeah, but when they start getting blocked in the A's and the B gaps and sidelined by tight ends and chips and all this type of stuff, things change, man. College and NFL is different. So I feel like it's gonna take some time for it to adjust, for them to adjust to the NFL level. And it all depends on who we got healthy too. Bringing the edge rusher Michael Williams, my expectations is higher for him than anybody else because he was the first draft pick. But what if he struggles on setting the edge?
The run, right?
Yeah. But what if he struggles? Then what? What kind of conversation are we going to have? Was he the wrong pick?
He very well could be. And if
or he very well could not be.
And, right, then yes.
Or he could very well not be and just still needs time to develop.
It's in comparison to someone else of his same class that we had an opportunity to get. So that's how it will be judged. That's how it will be graded.
That's not true though, because everyone goes to a different scheme, different setup, Mike. So like you come here, you play.
See, this you're doing it.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not doing it.
Bro, people hated Aaron Banks, said he wasn't a scheme fit.
Of course he wasn't. I still do. What are you talking about? He was the wrong pick.
So then, and then they kept saying we should have got this guy. We should have got Sewell. We should have got this guy.
Aaron Banks never developed, Mike. He never developed. So whether he was the bad fit, I did. What? Your mic is low, so I don't even know what you're saying.
Oh, why did it do that? It's low. Can you hear me?
Maybe your mic's not hooked up.
Yo, if my mic disconnected in the middle of this.
So I'm trying to understand what you're saying about the Aaron Banks, because I never thought he should have been the pick, and he didn't develop. I'm not saying that about Michael Williams. I'm just saying if he doesn't come out here and be that edge setter, it might mean that he still needs time to develop. Like that's it. That's all I'm saying. You got to give him a season or two to get under wraps, in my opinion. I don't think it would be a bust pick in year one if Michael Williams didn't get you 2 or 3 sacks and was the best edge setter in football.
So my lab, trying to use StreamYard, they will not let me upset. I can't put a different device on, no matter what I do. And they're all listed right here. I can click them, but it don't change shit.
It's because you need to restart your computer, Mike. That's all. It's just a glitch in the computer. But right now, let's just rock with what we got.
Yeah, but you're saying you can't hear me.
Not when I'm talking, I can't hear you. So I'll just shut up.
That's very, very annoying. All right. So all right, give me a bold take going into the season. Fucking get this shit up my face.
Oh, because it's not coming. Yeah. A bold take? I got a bold take. Brock Purdy won't throw more than 8 interceptions.
Okay. All right. Now, but you saying that based off of him improving, right?
I'm saying that based off of him getting back to playing his way of football. Yep, sure am. I mean, one would think you threw 12 interceptions, 20 touchdowns. I think he could throw 4 less interceptions. You know what I'm saying? It's all about him not being in his own head, and he got a full year of training camp. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna like full year, no injury setbacks, all that type of stuff. I think Brock's no contract situations going on. I think Brock mentally is going to be prepared to play some of the best football we've seen from him. And I still think he has uh, that innate playmaking ability when need be. I think Brock Purdy, like we said, I forgot what the conversation you and I were having with Tony, but was it about him holding on to the ball? Oh no, it was about the offensive line, and I said it was more about Brock trying to make a play. Sometimes he held on to the ball too long. Sometimes he was able to make a play with his feet, but I'm believing Brock's going to be so much better this year when it comes to processing.
Did Brock have more or less rushing yards this year than he did last year?
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
So last year he had, I thought it was like 400. Hold on, I'm almost there. Last year he had, oh no, that's his NFL career. Okay, never mind. Last year, he finished with 323 rushing yards. It's actually a decent amount of rushing yards. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had 323 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad, actually. It's
I,
pretty
I,
dope. I like that, actually.
yeah,
I like that.
I'm not sure where you're going with it, but yeah.
You think he'll have more rushing yards this year?
No.
What wide receiver finishes with the most yards? No, most receptions. Forget yards. Most receptions.
It's gonna be so spread around. Whoever is the wide receiver, that's gonna be more of the quick throw type guy. So I'm going with Ricky. I think
Jennings.
I think Jennings is gonna be lined up as the X. So I'm gonna go with Ricky.
See, I think
Because
Jennings
those
is gonna be
passes
the
behind the
constant
line
guy.
of scrimmage count too. Jennings won't get those.
You think we see a lot of that this year with Debo gone?
Of course. The offense not going to change. Everybody said that Debo was slow. So put a faster guy back there and see how it works.
Who said that? Wait. People
Come
really
on,
thought he
man.
was slow?
Yeah, come on. Debo was fat and Debo was slow. I don't know if we can say the word fat anymore. Debo was big backed and he was slow. So like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, Debo had some of the fastest straight line speed in the league, though. People couldn't catch him from behind.
Yeah, but it was. I don't even want to talk
He
about
was
him.
heavy footed and he had a slow accelerator.
He always
So
was
once he hit
heavy
that,
footed though. He's been heavy footed since
yeah.
he is in college. That wasn't going to change.
Listen, I have talked a lot of shit about Debo seeing. The one thing I've never said was that he was slow. I don't get.
I mean, maybe coming out of the break, he's probably slow, bro. Like his
His
inability to be,
accelerator is slow.
his inability to be able to get open like we see others. That's not speed though. That's footwork. That's other stuff. But hey, whatever. I also don't think we used Debo the way we were supposed to last year. He was used totally different. If you get the guy with the ball, get the ball in his hands and he gets in space, Debo's a different type of machine. And we're
Yeah,
all
but he couldn't
hooping
get the ball in space.
because we weren't throwing him the ball in space.
No. He ran intermediate routes. And
No. We weren't throwing him the ball in space. Space and intermediate routes is two different things. When they jammed him on the line of scrimmage, or when he ran those quick crossing routes, right? He was being
the
covered.
receivers knew which way. I mean, the defenders knew where he was going.
Right. So they played the route. It wasn't playing him. They just knew the tail. It was Debo. So they played it. And they
Okay. But you said we used him wrong. No, he couldn't get the separation.
it was
There's a difference.
you can't talk about not getting separation if I know your play. You're not gonna separate from me if I know I'm throwing the ball to Debo and I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna cheat. So how he supposed to get the separation? I look at separation more on one and man coverage, bro. Like
How are we supposed to get him the ball in open space if he can't get open?
you run screens, you run the quick stuff, the stuff that he's used to doing. When he catches the ball for a yard and takes it up the field where he can't be caught. That's what I mean by open space.
Oh no!
I'm not talking about routes. You're talking about routes. He wasn't a good route runner. That I'm not going to argue with you
about
that.
They snapped the ball. He put a foot forward and would fake that and then come back behind the line of scrimmage, and he was still not going nowhere.
No, that's not a route. That's a one step. That's not a route.
I know. You said I'm talking about routes, and I'm saying even beyond that, without a route, he still wasn't getting.
When they threw the ball to him and he was the space was open because the defenses were playing off the ball, that's open space. He's caught passes in open space. He's ran some routes. Let's not act like he stayed locked up. A lot of times that ball.
Like Debo.
A lot of the times that ball was behind him, and that never mind. My point is he was utilized, in my opinion, as a receiver. He was utilized wrong. The way we used to use him, he wasn't used like that. And a lot of it could do because they didn't have the other receivers that created more space in the middle of the field. So deep. That's my point. Is defenses knew that. It's almost like they cheated when we ran the ball outside zone because there was no Christian McCaffrey. But they couldn't stop the inside zone when there was Jordan Mason because he was just too powerful. So when we ran it through the power, through the gaps, it was tough to stop. But when we were trying to stretch the field, which Kyle Shanahan likes to go east to west, they knew what we were doing. It's just.
Hey, what free agent departure do you think we're gonna miss the most?
Oh, that's a good question.
Even if it's not free agent, it could be someone that wasn't necessarily for free agents,
like somebody that we didn't re-sign. You mean?
Right, like just somebody who's not back this year. It doesn't have to be because we traded Debo, right? That wasn't a free agency departure.
Correct. He was traded. Yeah.
So yeah.
For me it's Dre Greenlaw, and I know he was mainly unavailable. But you're talking about a person that knew the defense. I mean, Dre Greenlaw, when healthy, helped run this Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryan style of defense because of his speed, his power, his ability to diagnose plays. So I think that's a big question mark because is D. Winters going to be the guy to step up? Do we get the young rookie Nick Martin? That's a tall task to ask for a rookie to come in right away and be what you're losing. And granted, man, we ain't seen Dre Greenlaw play at an elite level. In my opinion, he used to play at an elite level. Not enough to be all pro, but elite. And we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it since the Super Bowl because that's when he got injured. And unfortunately, he was unable to really return to full, throttle. But I think that defensively, I think that's going to be the biggest piece, maybe on the whole team that we're going to be missing. Just from energy, play recognition, hits.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that because I felt like he played so little last year.
I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about in totality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah,
that's
because if you go off of just last year. And you can say goodbye to all them cats. All them cats. And no Hufanga, no Mooney Ward. They always bad.
Mooney Ward was here last year?
Yeah, but he lost his daughter, remember? And it's just
I was just talking shit here.
I get what you're saying.
I didn't like him so much last year. Like that's where I was. Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you a question. So because you and I, we criticized his play early on in the season, right? We criticized his play.
Oh, we talking about Mooney Ward. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we found out about what happened with his daughter. And we did a show where we kind of sort of issued an apology. And we talked about how we don't know what players are going through.
Yeah, sure.
Did we ever clarify exactly how we felt about his play?
I mean, he was a weird one because he was coming off of that surgery. He had that procedure in the off season. Same procedure I think George Kittle had. Remember? Can't remember what the injury was, but it was the same knee or something like that. It wasn't like an ACL or anything, but it was the same thing. And so I think that hindered him because he didn't really participate in camp. And then as he was kind of like having like a Brandon Ayuk season, and then he lost his daughter, and then the trauma, and so his play wasn't great up until then. Just like Brandon Ayuk's play wasn't great up until the injury, just wasn't. But that was a great ass catch by Brandon Ayuk on the play he got injured. That was a great catch and run.
They folded his ass.
I felt like they targeted his ass. They targeted them knees.
Yeah. That was bad. Hey, so do you regret anything you said about Mooney Ward's play?
No, he was trash.
Before we knew about the shot. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to get at. That's what I want to get
He
at.
wasn't the same Ward, but I also talked about him probably not being fully healthy. So that was my disclaimer on why. Because remember, he was getting burnt, right? He was giving up that option route like down the field. He was struggling. But I said maybe I couldn't remember what the injury was, man. But whatever it was, I think it was hindering him, and he didn't fully recover. Oh well.
And yeah, so it was a lot of people trying to like walk back like this. Oh man, like he wasn't that bad. He had a lot on his. No. He was still playing bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
He knows that though. But he couldn't have been playing too bad because the motherfucker got a contract in Indianapolis. So, congratulations to that.
We signed Jason Verrett 3 times here. That motherfucker was playing bad and not playing at all. We signed him 3 different times.
One good stance with the Niners, just one.
We signed him 3 times, bro. I don't want to hear that.
I think we were desperate though at that point. You know what I mean?
I think John Lynch was fixated on him.
I don't think it was just John Lynch. I think here's what I learned about the Niners, right? When they get a veteran that they know has the ceiling, the potential, they kind of overlook all the negative stuff about them as far as their health and just being able to be available. And I just think that was one of those type of situations, bro. What you think?
I can see what you're saying. They do fixate on certain players.
They
right?
fixate on certain players, but they got to be veterans,
right? Well, hear me out. Alex Barrett is a guy that they fixate on.
I don't think they're fixated on Alex Barrett, bro.
Dante Johnson was a guy that they fixated on.
They weren't fixated on those guys.
You're crazy as hell,
bro.
Those guys came back like herpes outbreaks.
Those guys cost them $2.50. If I could get you for $2.50, you best believe you're gonna be on my list.
Why is what I'm saying not the same as what
because that's not fixated. It's just a bargain. it's a deal.
Go get a different bargain.
They don't want a different bargain because those guys are the guys
that's the fixation.
That's not
part.
fixated. It's just that they go with the guys that know the system. That are cheap.
Odom. Tell me Odom not a fixation.
He's not a fixation. He's a Pro Bowl special teams player. All pro, special teams player. He's not a safety. He's just all pro special teams player. This dude's been dealing with injuries, and he's still on the team. What you want?
The one person you are giving is Jason Verrett, but you've said no to Odom, Dante Johnson, and Alex Barrett. These are no's, and Jason Verrett is your yes.
But I didn't say George Odom was a no. What do you mean?
About the fixation part.
They're not. I don't think they're fixated on him. I think they were fixated on Jason Verrett, 1,000%. But I don't think they're fixated on Odom. Odom doesn't cost the team a lot of money. It's like we got to look at the financial portion. Plus, you get a veteran, and if he's healthy and only plays special teams, that's the bonus. Ding, 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 ding. It's when your secondary is hurting and he has to play safety and he just ain't got it. We're talking about a guy that really hasn't played safety since college, right? He gets drafted to to Indianapolis, I believe, and he still wasn't the safety. He was an all-pro special teams player.
So then who do you think they have fixated? What veterans have they fixated?
Definitely Jason Verrett was a fixation. They wouldn't let that cat go if they just wouldn't. They even thought about bringing him back after he. That's a fixation, bro. Because I think he was better than Alex Barrett. He was better the upside. He was better than Alex Barrett. He was better than who the other guy you mentioned, Dante
I
Johnson.
said Dante Johnson.
Yeah, he's better than all them dudes. The ceiling was through the roof for this cat. And remember the
All right.
one healthy season he
Oh,
gave the Niners before he got injured?
yeah, I remember. I remember. I was like, yeah, like that's why we went and got him. Yeah, like that's my guy. I even felt like I looked like him a little bit. I was like, yeah, like let's go. Like the lot number 22. Right? Okay. I got two more names for you. Tell me if they were fixations or not. Defensive lineman, Maurice Hurst.
Nah, fixation. No, they needed depth, and they gave him the opportunity until he had that crazy injury. That didn't he have like a heart issue or something?
I don't know. Let's. Yep. Sure. What
Now
about
you,
Kerry Hyder?
I could give you a fixation. You giving me all wrong players.
I got one. I got one more.
Okay,
Defensive lineman, Kerry Hyder.
no, that's not a fixation. Now, if you would have
How is
said
that not?
defensive lineman Kevin Givens, that's a fixation.
No, it's not. They only brought him back one time.
What you mean? The dude stays on this team. They cut him. They bring him back. They
He
cut
played
him.
his rookie deal out.
No, he did not. He got cut a couple of times to where that
No,
contract went dumbass cheap.
nah,
Yes, it
that don't
did.
count. Cause that's like saying that that's like saying Jawan Jennings didn't play his deal out.
He didn't. Jawan Jennings didn't play his deal out. Jawan Jennings got cut
Because
his rookie year, and they gave him that COVID. Then they signed him to the practice squad same year, and then after that, he earned a spot on the roster due to injury, right? And then he became a restricted free agent. He just got the deal to not be an exclusive rights free agent by offering him that 2-year deal. He's really on his first contract.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm about to look it up. I think Kevin Givens played out his rookie deal,
Okay.
and then they they offered him something else after. Let me see. Hold
Well,
on.
if they offered him anything else, it was just this year, and it's a 1-year deal. So
This sucks. They changed the websites. Now you gotta pay to look back in the past.
yeah, everybody wants their money, man. They've been
Like
giving
what
it away
the
free for a long time.
So I can't see. Okay, you were right. Because the Niners had him. It say 3 different times in 2019 his rookie year.
Trying to tell you, man, the Niners be playing games. But that could have
Oh man,
been
that's crazy.
a Alex Barrett type of thing that they was doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what makes him different than Alex Barrett? It's the same thing.
I guess because for me, Kevin Givens got more burn.
I'll give you that. I don't know if I've ever seen Alex Barrett take more than 5 snaps as a 49. I
That's
don't know
what I'm
how he kept
saying,
coming
bro.
back to this roster.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why. But see, that's why I call it a fixation because I can't justify why you keep bringing him back. So that
Because he
tells me there's
cost
somebody back there is fixated on him.
no, it's because he cost $3. And you can manipulate the veteran move on the practice squad. So many reasons why you bring those guys back. Now, it's not that the Niners bring them back. The players are free agents. They choose to sign with the Niners. So if anybody's fixated, it's the players to the organization. They don't have to sign with the Niners.
All right. This is what I want us to do to end this show. All right. I want one bold take that you won't say anywhere else ever again. We're going to say it now to end the show. I'm going to go first. I'm going to give you an example, right?
I
want
don't
a
need no
very,
example.
very-
Nick Bosa is about to break the 49ers sack record this year.
Did that even work? Did that work? Did you hear that? Did you hear the sound effect I pressed? Man, okay, never mind. Me. Okay, fine. I did the sound effect. I like that. That's cool. I hope so. Because that means that the guys on the defensive line are playing well.
Bingo.
And that also means that we probably stop the run game because teams have to pass. Oh, that means a lot. That means a whole lot. You said, oh, I ain't even gonna push your button up, man. Round of applause You did your thing with that one. You did your big one right there. Yeah. I like that. I like that. All right. Here's my bold take. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I fully believe what I'm about to say too. Not only do I think the Niners have a good season, not only do I think the Niners have a winning season, not only do I think the Niners make the playoffs, I think the Niners make the Super Bowl. And depending on the outcome, Kyle Shanahan could be fired.
You have it.
I will never mention that again. I will never say it on another show. It is documented here at the 36-minute mark of this episode, and that's where it's going to remain. And that is it. I will never discuss this
I'm
publicly
mentioning mine again.
again.
Bump that. Speaking
No,
that
you
junk
see.
into the atmosphere.
I'm never mentioning it again. All right, that's it, man. We're gonna get up out of here. Wayne, thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. Is there anything you want to plug, promote? You want to tell people where to find you or anything like that, man? What's up?
Yeah, man, at the Wayne Breezy, you know what I'm saying? And at Breezy Eats too, because I'm definitely having some fun over there on the food page. It's having
You
it.
still you still doing the breezy on the keys thing? Like you
Oh,
still doing that?
absolutely. Yeah, man, that's my music page right there, man. So that's where, you know what I'm saying, I get to.
Man, it's would be working. My man be working, bro.
Yeah.
See you, man. See, I gotta find something else that I'm passionate about. Right now, my passion is bowling. Like, I want new bowling balls. I want to get like the little head cam and like the microphone, the wireless joint, so I can
Start a
just like,
bowling account, bro, and watch you
oh,
take
bro,
off. You know, record like, you know what I'm saying, 60-second clips of your takes when you're
yeah,
out. Or and that's one thing. And this is exclusive. So whoever's watching this the first, and you need to record on certain things that you do, how to throw a curveball, how to throw this, how to do the
mm,
splits, how to do this. Like, record those joints, man,
got you. See,
and start a whole new YouTube channel with that.
yeah, no, not nothing but nice at all. It would completely different. Completely different. I might do it. Cause I look up bowling balls, like I research balls before I buy balls, and people be getting 30,000 views on a short review of like just this is what I thought of this ball. That's
I'm
it.
trying. I'm
It's
trying
just
to.
their opinion. There's no right or wrong. You can't tell them they're wrong for how they thought about it. And boom, 30,000 views just like that.
Just like that. It's not oversaturated, so when people type in bowling ball, you gonna pop up.
It's 5 of them out there. That's it. It's just 5. All right, man. We hope y'all enjoyed the show, man. No team is safe when the Niners run the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.